Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a Maokai game, and Maokai is being placed by Hawisaya, sorry. And he is here as a duo queue. This is a ranked match, by the way, with Soraka, who's played by Iholedig. So apparently we are German here. Anyway, yeah, as I said, duo queue ranked, so this could be very interesting. I'm assuming they are on some kind of voice chat, because that would help out really well. But Maokai is going top lane, where Soraka is going bottom lane, so it doesn't really help them out too much. It is really smart, by the way, to pick Soraka when the enemy team has a Karthus, because every time Karthus is going to ult, Soraka can ult, and although it's not the same amount of damage and healing, it does provide with a survival, well, for most of the champions. So as long as you have like 300 HP left, Karthus can normally ult you, but if Soraka uses her ultimate at the same time, then just before the Karthus ultimate goes off, he will not get any of the kills unless you're like 100 HP. And well, obviously in late game, because Soraka is a support champion and Karthus is an AP carry, yeah, Karthus will get a lot more AP than Soraka will. So eventually he will be able to kill people with his ultimate, but it is a really smart choice. And as soon as Soraka hits level 6, we will see that, well, the Karthus ultimates won't be too much of a problem anymore. Obviously, with Sivir and Rammus, it shouldn't be a problem anyway, because Sivir has a spell shield, and yes, you can spell shield the ultimate. You have about 3 seconds or 4 seconds to, I think 3 seconds, to put up the spell shield, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's not like you have to react instantly. Rammus has his defensive ball curl, which makes the damage virtually 0 because it provides something like 200 armor, or magic resist rather. And yeah, as I said, Soraka, really good choice here because she can save most of the champions anyway. So, loading finally done, and here we go. So let me check once more whether we are actually recording everything, and it seems to be working fine. Well, you guys really don't care because, well, the fact that it's up on YouTube means that I recorded it. But anyway, yeah, normally I don't check this because normally I'm quite convinced that it works, but it has failed a couple of times on me. And I'm trying some new settings, so I need to make sure that everything works because, well, there's nothing worse than casting a game and afterwards noticing, oh, I did something incorrectly. So for example, you can see from this that I have a setting. I record part of the screen, and I can see which part of the screen is recorded here. But if I don't get the right part of the screen, then either we will see, well, everything that's surrounding my League of Legends screen, or we will see, so we see too much, or we see too little and we don't get to see the score which is up here, or we don't get to see the mini-map, or yeah, I've had some doozies. And it is really annoying when you've done a whole commentary and you have to do it again, because some of these games are excellent, are really very nice to watch. And the Ziggs game I did earlier, well, earlier this week I wanted to say, but it's last week. I did a Ziggs game and I had an amazing commentary. I was surprised by everything that happened and it was just amazing, and then all of a sudden it didn't work. And that was just very, very annoying because I had to do it again, and then we have some nice bugging going off. I hope that's not going to continue. But yeah, everybody is just trying to get into a position to defend blue, but half the team is still here, and I don't know. We'll see when the game finally starts. But anyway, yeah, I had that game fully recorded, and then all of a sudden the whole game just didn't work, or at least the visuals didn't work. and so halfway through the visuals just cut out, and I only had the commentary left. And yeah, I could have taken the commentary and put it into, or made a new video file and just attached the two together, but yeah, since I fast forward through some parts of the game, it's not really feasible to do that. Yeah, that really sucked. But anyway, yeah, we're about 50 seconds in, or 60 for the game timer, but it has been way longer. So I'm not actually sure what's happening here. By the way, if you're wondering, because people have been asking me, the blue here and the blue on the effects and everything, also the red turrets, that's because I have colorblind mode on, which you can find in the video settings somewhere. Hang on. Video colorblind mode. And yeah, by putting on the colorblind mode, everything, so the effects, the towers and the champion health bars are all the same color, instead of being different colors like they are without the colorblind mode, because then you have a purple team with green health bars in this case, and purple minions and green effects. So basically it doesn't really match up, and I have to differ between the green team and the purple team, and yeah, that just doesn't do. Oh no, it is the blue team, never mind. It is the blue team, the purple team. No, other side is blue normally. Now we have blue minions with red health bars, so I guess that's kind of a slight problem there as well. It's not really a problem, but yeah, it is kind of an effect that is caused by the fact that normally this is blue team with the blue minions versus purple team with the purple minions. And I don't know why they didn't keep it to blue and purple. I think that shouldn't be a problem for someone who's colorblind, since colorblindness is either between red and green or blue and brown, I think. But anyway, we will see the battle here between the tree and the poison guy. So I don't know how trees can get poisoned, but I guess they can. And yeah, let's not go into the logic of a League of Legends, because, well, obviously there is not a whole lot of logic in a computer game like this, which makes it awesome, because that makes it a really fantasy-rich environment, and I like that. So Singed having a really easy time farming right away, because, well, he's Singed, he can poison trail everything. And later on, when we reach level 9 or so, Maokai will have a very easy time farming, and Singed will have to back off every time. But yeah, Maokai can harass a little bit more if he went for his Q and E instead of his W and E. But I guess he wants his Twisted Advance to make sure that if the jungler comes into to gank, that he can actually help him. But since he's spending a little bit too much mana on the saplings, especially early game, he tossed a few saplings in the bush without anyone being there. And you really want to use those to harass your opponent to make sure that he cannot farm as easily as he does here. Because you want to make sure they are low health. That's the trick to playing top lane. You just want to make sure that your enemy is as low health as possible, and then yeah, here comes the Twisted Advance because the jungler was coming in. Oh, sorry. And nothing is going to come of this, unfortunately. Well, I won't say nothing, because it still helped the Maokai put a little bit more pressure on the lane. And it seems that Rammus will be unable to get anything done here. And he is going to come in now with the teleport. It's not entirely necessary. Oh, the ghost immediately going off. And yeah, that was really unnecessary. But so Soraka apparently not warding up bottom lane. Didn't even notice that, but went for Doran's item first. And both Sivir and Soraka shouldn't have gone for Doran's items here. Soraka should have gone for because they're up against, hang on, Caitlyn. Caitlyn has a longer range than Sivir, so Sivir needs the movement speed of boots. Plus, yeah, you get free, well, not free, you get extra gold with that, and you want to buy normally at least a health potion, because early game Soraka cannot really heal you up fully, and maybe a mana potion, because Sivir early game is quite mana intensive, even with Soraka there. And yeah, probably you would like to go for just boots and some health potions, but if you really feel feel convinced that you need extra mana, you can get a mana potion as well. Because boots at 350, so you have 125 left. You can even buy a ward and a health potion. That's cool as well. But normally we see boots and 3 health potions on champions. Well, when they go for boots first. But yeah, the boots help you. The boots and the health potions help you survive, and they are way better than the Doran's items if you're with someone like Soraka. Of course, they do add damage in this case, and for Sivir it is kind of useful to get damage, but yeah, you can wait with that for a little bit, because surviving the early game is way more important than getting a little more damage done. Of course, if you have trouble with last hitting on your AD carry, you're better off with a Doran's Blade, because obviously it will help you with the last hitting. So getting pinged back here. He doesn't have a ward out. Oh, he does have a ward out, never mind. And I don't think he placed it. But I might have missed that, because there is indeed a spot open here. So he might have bought a ward. But having a ward out really helps. It's better if it's over here, by the way, because it gives you way more of an early warning. But obviously, since the enemy jungler isn't Rammus, it is it isn't really necessary to get an early warning. The Rammus is the only champion, or one of the few champions, that can actually gank through a ward. He doesn't have to care about wards at all. Enemy jungler, by the way, is Jax, who isn't very fast, but yeah, he can jump to friendly or enemy targets. But he cannot gank through a ward, because as soon as he runs into this ward, so into this vision, and you can see him, you can just walk back, and there's no way he can catch up with you. Rammus, on the other hand, gets such a huge boost from what's it called? Oh, come on. I want to say defensive ball curl, but that's not it. His Q. The oh, come on. This is stupid. I always remember that. But anyway, he gets such a huge speed boost from his skill that he can actually gank through a ward and doesn't really have to care about any of that. Because the early warning really doesn't help the opponents, because they will still get caught if Singed gets up to this point, so here, Rammus can just come through his ward and just gank him anyway. So it's very cold out here, so I'm shaking a little bit, which is why the mouse is shaking a little bit every now and then. Anyway, oh, it's Powerball, that's what it's called. See, I knew I would get it. Powerball is one of the signature skills, so I kind of have to know what they're called. Just like Poison Trail is a well-named ability, so it's easy to remember the name. So 2 more levels, and then Maokai will be able to get whole minion waves with his saplings. And since he now has a Philosopher's Stone, he has the mana regen needed to do that. And no, missing the last hit on that. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to throw your sapling in the back minions. That way they will explode, or it will explode on them without the fear of getting hit by the your minions, because your minions will attack the first row of minions, so the melee minions. And yeah, that helps, because that way you will actually be able to pick up all of these minions without standing anywhere near them. And yeah, you will be able to farm pretty safely. So I don't know if I started the commentary off with this, but a lot of people have been asking me, how do you select games? Because I get a lot of games sent to me. How do you select them? Well, in this case, I normally don't select them based on when you sent them or whatever. I select them based on what you put in the title. So the champion name, the game type, things like that. And yesterday I had a game as Gangplank versus a Maokai, and I was doing okay, but I still got out-farmed by him. And I was wondering why. So how does Maokai work in lane? I haven't seen a whole lot of him. I've seen him as a jungler loads of times because he's an awesome jungler. And yeah, then I saw this game in my inbox, and yeah, that helped me pick this one. So basically it's kind of a random thing in this case. I try to mix up the champions a little bit, the lanes a little bit. I know I have a lot of mid lanes and bottom lanes and not a lot of top lanes, so I'm trying to get all the champions out there and not do the same champion more than once a week. So even though I already have a very nice Ziggs game sent to me by someone, I did the Ziggs games earlier this week, or well, end of last week I guess. And yeah, I don't want to have two Ziggs games really close together. So I'm going to wait a little bit for that, but I am going to do it because Ziggs is a new champion, so why not? Anyway, while Maokai is away, we see Victor in mid battling the Karthus, and I'm not sure how good the farm is on both of them, and that's why you have a ward there. They saw Jax coming and they could back off easily. By placing the ward here, a little bit closer would be nicer on this pebble, for example. You can see the entrance to the dragon as well as this whole area, and it is possible to see when the enemy is going for dragon, as well as safeguard your entrance. Putting it in the bush, although it does show you the champion that is in the bush, is suboptimal, because well, it doesn't help you. It gives you no warning when enemy is going for dragon. It also gives you no warning when the enemy jungler is coming, because you can only see him when he's very close to the bush, and yeah, that is just no good. So nice preventive running away there. And let's see how the farm is going. I think Singed will be ahead here. It's 88 to 58, so yeah, he's pretty far ahead even. But by now, because he's level 9, he has level 5 saplings. I was just guessing there. But it's 125. And there goes the ultimate from Karthus doing nothing. But anyway, the saplings can now take out the minion wave, and he should be able to farm pretty easily. And he is, that's why you see the health bars disappearing. He is watching the other lanes, so here apparently. And there you go, the health bars turn on, which means that he is watching that. And yeah, he is now back in base and is going to probably help out bottom lane. Oh no, he's going back top lane. You can see by the white line. Anyhow, yeah, a battle between Soraka and Sona. Normally Soraka is not the best between the two, but because we have a Karthus in this game, I really, well, agree with the choice for Soraka. And yeah, Maokai doing some nice damage here to the Singed, but Singed, yeah, Singed is just pretty strong. He's pretty tough. It's hard to beat him, and he has Catalyst now. It's a shame that there's no jungler to help him out. And some nice farming going off with the ultimate. You can use your ultimate to farm pretty well, because it's relatively cheap. It's 75 mana plus 30 mana per second, but you can just use it to do 112 damage to all of the minions, which, agreed, is not a whole lot, but it does help out with farming quite a bit, especially if you can use it to tank some damage. So if you run into a minion wave, put down your ultimate and let it on there for like 3 seconds, then yeah, it will cost you some mana, but you can kill all the minions instantly. Because you take some damage from the minions, the shield will prevent some of that damage, and you will be able to farm the minions that way. And although it's not the best way to farm, because obviously your skills are a lot cheaper, it is definitely not a bad way to farm. And especially if you're behind and you're pressured by the enemy, you want to be quick about it, and it helps out quite a lot actually. And of course, 20% damage reduction. I don't know if it's 20% right off the bat. Yes, it is. 20% damage reduction is actually really useful when you're being pressured by the enemy.
An enemy has been slain.
Soraka getting a kill there. But Soraka dying afterwards, so... yeah, Maokai being pressured up against his turrets all game. There has been one gank and no kill, and they really need to pressure this Singed a whole lot more, because without pressure he can just do what he's doing now, run between the minions and basically do his thing. And yeah, that's quite hard to deal with as a top laner, with any champion that is able to do that. And obviously the Arcane Smash would have picked up the last 2 minions there, but it's okay.
Has destroyed a turret.
So Maokai might need to go for some mana as well, instead of the Doran's Ring. But yeah, he now bought Doran's Ring, which is fine. It's a fine item. But I like Catalyst a lot more on, well, on anyone really. Because it builds into 2 really good items, the Rod of Ages and the Bench's Veil. And Ram is coming in to gank here. But yeah, indeed he didn't get anything done, which is very unfortunate. Oh, enemy jungler coming in, and is this Rammus now going to die is a big question. And yes, he is. No, they have a throw. Did he actually manage to get out? Wow. The flank from Singed and the stun from Jax both would have interrupted that. But yeah, it's very risky, but it paid off in this case. I don't think he would have gotten out otherwise. And Soraka is going to attempt to weaken the minions here, so that Sivir can pick them up. And she picked up most of them, it seems. So let's take a look at the general minions. We see 89 versus 121 in top lane, so definitely lost, but only by 30 minions. It's big, but it's not yeah, it's not too much. I mean, Singed is just really strong, and if you don't get the ganks that you need, it is fairly hard to win. Yeah, you really need to get the ganks off here. And unfortunately, Rammus has been busy elsewhere. And they are now going to... oh, this Singed is now very low. And unfortunately he didn't hit his ultimate there on the Singed. At least I think he didn't. But Singed is still staying in, and that is very unwise. Because one twisted advance into the rest of the combo is kind of enough to kill him. But yeah, Singed did pick up all of the minions. And yeah, he should have hit all of the minions, obviously. And yeah, now loses one. Anyway, yeah, come on, get him. Twisted advance into the rest. Come on, get him. Oh, nice, picking him up with the ultimate. But yeah, he's at 50 health, 60 health. Ooh, Kurt's ultimate! See, and that's the Soraka ultimate. He was at 60 health, something like that. He was healed for 200 and then damaged for 200. So, at this point, the Kurt's ultimate is offset by the Soraka ultimate quite nicely. And that was very nicely played. And that's the bonus of being on voice chat. That's I really think they're on chat. It has to be. He has to be on voice chat with Soraka because that was excellent. It was a nice tower dive, and yeah, it would have been a shame if he died and didn't pick up the kill, so it was really risky. And Singed almost got out, but it did turn out okay this time. I wouldn't recommend it normally to dive a Singed, because Singed has a slow and has the fling, and that makes it really hard to kill him in the in-tower range. But Victor apparently doing a good job. Anyway, going on with the minions then, it's 115 to 98, so they did win the middle lane by about 20 minions. And the bottom lane is 114 versus 124, so yeah, 10 minions difference there. That's not a really big deal. But it is 13 to 5 here. So I guess that is not the result of bad farming behavior. So under-farmed champions or over-farmed champions. It is just a matter of... They didn't see each other? Oh. Eventually Maokai gets spotted by Jax, but I'm not sure if Maokai actually saw Jax there. And Victor doing some nice damage with his ultimate there, but it is not going to be enough. So everyone needs to back off here. Well, not everyone, but most of them. And by now, yeah, the top laners are going to join the fight. I think Maokai should have stayed top for a little bit more, just to take down the turret, and that would really secure this this match. I haven't paid attention to who got the dragon. It's not important at this moment. Although I'm pretty sure the blue team will have taken it, since, well, they were there with their fight. Wow, that actually hit Caitlyn. Huh. I would have expected that to not hit, to be honest. But yeah, this is a 3D game, so it is sometimes really hard to see whether you hit someone or not. And yeah, that's because there are different heights in the characters. So also the ultimates of some champions come out like halfway through their body, and that means that if, for example, the Ash Arrow or the Ash Volley, they will come out at half height of her body, and therefore it is really hard to see whether it's hitting someone at some angles. So if it came out on the bottom, so on the ground, basically, it would be much easier to see. Anyhow, yeah, they are now pushing hard, and yeah, because they are much stronger, and yeah, the enemies just aren't positioning very well. Karthus keeps dying. Sona was way too far forward there, and Caitlyn also was too far forward. They are both really squishy champions, And if they get hit by a couple of spells, they basically die. And yeah, someone, or Sivir, yeah, in this case, is going to pick up this. Maokai seems to be going for the blue buff. Although that should go to Victor, but Victor already has one from the enemies. And Victor also has 2 Doran's rings, so he should be fine on the mana front. And yeah, well, I guess Maokai can do quite a lot with it. So going back right afterwards, not going for the wolves here, which is pretty surprising. Because that would have been, yeah, another little bit of gold. It's like 70 gold or something like that. Which would make it worth it. I mean, 70 gold, although it's not a huge amount, is definitely worth it. It gives you another ward or something like that. And speaking of wards, there is only one on the map, plus the one that is still left from the dragon fight. But they really need to ward a little bit more. Teleport coming in here. Yeah, that was a little bit useless because his Sinch was already backing off. And he was over here when he teleported, so it's not like he came from all the way across the map. So now going to take down this this turret, because nobody's going to come for them. And yeah, apparently Victor doing a great deal of damage. At least I think it was Victor. So this time the card's ultimate doing a good deal of damage. And yeah, nicely done. Going to pick up 2 kills here, it seems. Assuming that he will be able to land the sapling here. No, he didn't land it. But yeah, that is good enough. Sinch normally is a lot faster than other champions. Oh, that was a nice ultimate by Soraka. Saving the second person there. At least the second that we've seen. And yeah, I wonder if this Sona is going to die. No. He stayed in a little bit too long to get the Sona and wanted to run out, but yeah, a little bit too late. Because this guy, or girl rather, does a lot of damage. Apparently 180 attack damage, but with a very high attack speed then. No. Oh well, don't know what she spent her money on that. Or, well, she only has 140 minions, where she should have about 250 now. So I guess that's why I'm kind of surprised by the lack of damage there. So still 2 wards up, and they are in a prime position to take out this dragon. Because they can see champions coming in, and they should have no problem getting this dragon. Come on, Rammus, tank it. Oh. Letting Sivir tank it, what the hell? Sivir, that doesn't work at all. Apparently new to the champion or something like that, because yeah, you don't want to waste your spell shield on that. And Rammus should have definitely tanked that. There's no way that Sivir should do that. Because if you tank the dragon, even though you may not die from the damage, the one that's getting attacked by dragon actually has their attack speed reduced. And yeah, in this case, having the AD carry without attack speed or with lower attack speed is definitely unwanted. So a nice escape here from Singed. That was really nicely done. And yeah, you're not going to catch up with him. Yeah, outplayed, dude. Outplayed. But I guess he's going to pick up these minions. Nicely done. That's how you farm with Maokai. And is he? No, he's not going for the blue. Sinch going top lane once again. And going to pick up these minions. Sinch is such a good farmer, but yeah, he has to be in the team fight now. So the fact that he is still top lane means that they got another free dragon, and yeah, they can basically do whatever they want. Because Sinch does a lot of damage, has a lot of disruption, and also is pretty tanky, so he can absorb a lot of damage for his teammates. And without him in the fights, or with someone as squishy as Caitlyn down here, they can still take out champions without the harassment that Sinch brings to the table. So yeah, the mid laners are probably going bottom now, or well, the 4 that were in mid lane. Although Maokai would be a prime target as well. Yeah, he is going to die here, I think. Oh, Victor coming in just in time, and the rest of his team already underway. Not landing a stun, but this should still be plenty of damage to at least get someone. Oh, Karthus is going to die here. But Victor dies here, and Victor did a lot of damage. Nice ultimate from Soraka, once again saving the Sivir here. And yeah, as long as you can keep Sivir healed with whatever, the lifesteal is going to provide such a huge boost in HP regen that she's basically, well, she will live forever if she's not focused by three or more champions. Because, well, lifesteal, as you might know by now, is really underpriced in this game, and that is why it's so strong. Because the lifesteal you get from lifesteal, well, the life regen you get from lifesteal is incredible. It is way better than anything else in the game, especially in the late game, because in the early game, obviously, and he's going here, yeah. In the early game, obviously, you will have some trouble with the fact that you don't have enough damage yet to make it worth it. But in the late game, once you build some attack speed or attack damage, both of them work, you will get an enormous boost to your lifesteal and to your health regen in team fights or in fights in general. And unless they have a champion like Misfortune, or have an ignite on you, or well, stun you, you can basically live forever. Yeah, we saw Karthus get in here, and Karthus failing his flash, and Victor just picking up an easy kill. And Caitlyn going to die, and Jax going to die, because Jax cannot really keep up with the lifesteal. How did Victor not get a kill or an assist on that? Huh, I don't know. Anyhow, they should really go for Baron and just finish it here. This Caitlyn is such a complainer, man. She's complaining that everyone is low, and she's 6 and 6 with 170 minions, where she should now have 300. I mean, Caitlyn is really easy to farm with. She has a huge range, and she shouldn't die in team fights. Well, unless everyone else gets killed. But anyway, yeah, nicely played. A really nice team game. I loved the Soraka as well, saving everyone with the ultimate. And it's a great pick against Karthus. And Karthus shouldn't be feared when you have a Soraka on your team. So yeah, some nice disruption coming out from the Maokai, and I was definitely interested to see how he works, and apparently he works really well in lane, so I might actually check him out for a top laner. But not for now. For now I'm playing Gangplank in top lane. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.